Welcome into the Magic Final Four 2023 Bracket Reveal Show. As always, I'm your host, Brian Perry. From evil plans and sadistic laughs to witty sidekicks and songs that slap, each Disney villain has that special something that separates them from the rest. So we're back with a bracket of 32 of your favorite baddies for you to vote on and determine who is the greatest of all time. So let's check out the bracket now. It's separated into two regions. We've got the Mickey region, we've got the Minnie region. Ladies first, let's head over to the Minnie region and see the villains seeded 1 through 16. Leading the charge, it's Maleficent as the 1 seed. Many regard her as the GOAT in Disney villain lore. She flies as a dragon and has cheekbones that could slice a jugular. Her lack of singing and humor could come back to hurt her though. She's followed by the 2 seed in the region, Miss OG herself, the evil queen from Snow White. A tremendous veteran presence with over 80 years of experience. The kind of track record you simply cannot coach. Speaking of coaches, she's coached by perhaps the most legendary head coach in Disney history, the Magic Mirror. With the Magic Mirror's blunt honesty about Evil Queen's fading appearance, her motivation is through the roof. Cruella and Gaston are your 3 and 4 seeds. What's interesting here is that they both have songs named after them, though Gaston actually sings his. Cruella has people singing about her, which honestly might be more impressive. Here are the villains with the 5 through 8 seeds. Lady Tremaine is your 5th. Her obnoxious daughters are her cheerleaders, and they could be a threat. Hades from Hercules is your 6th. Frollo comes in at 7. Absolute Creepshow, Weird Burning Desires, but arguably the best villain song of all time. Chernabog, a classic as well. Moving on, here are the seeds ranked 9 through 16. Zurg, Clayton from Tarzan. Lotso, that backstabbing who almost killed off all of our Toy Story heroes. Ratcliffe comes in at 12. Sid is there at 13. You've got Mr. Smee, Hopper, and hold on. Oh, wait a second. I don't believe we have a change in the 16 seed. I don't believe this. Many people thought he was not going to make the tournament, but yes, there he is. Mr. Bob Chapek has made it to the big dance. Bob has snuck into the tournament after being fired by Disney at the end of 2022, thus making him eligible. The infamous former CEO is looking to pull off a Cinderella story for the ages and win this whole thing as a 16 seed. Unreal. So here are half of your matchups that you'll be able to vote on this week. Link is in the description of this video. You can also vote on Twitter at Inside the Magic and our Instagram stories at ITM News. But I want to take a closer look at that 1 against 16 matchup. This is the main event of the first round. Look at this thing. The Tale of the Tape presented by Jake from State Farm. You'll see that the matchup is actually closer than you think. Age is within a year. Both have identical records of 0-1, with Maleficent losing to Philip, Chapek to Bob Iger. Now, Maleficent is actually dead, as you can see on the graphic. Chapek was fired, but he did get a huge severance package, which probably boosts his morale a little bit. This really could just come down to a handful of votes. To the other side of the bracket we go, where we have the Mickey region filled with 16 more villains looking to capture the gold. The 1 seed is none other than Scar. Scar comes into the season with perhaps the loudest home court advantage in the tournament because the hyenas just won't shut up. He can sing, he looks cool, he also murdered a living king with a tremendous drawn-up play coming out of a timeout, so he's my personal pick to win the entire tournament. But the 2 seed might have something to say. That would be none other than Ursula. Ursula and her negotiating skills could prove to be more valuable than anyone realizes. Everyone remembers the incredible deal she was able to sign Ariel to back in '89, with many executives calling it the most lopsided free agent signing in the history of sport. Your 3 and 4 seeds are Jafar from Aladdin and Dr. Facilier from Princess and the Frog. Both of those men are all about transforming. They were both captured at the end of their films. One went into a lamp, the other into the depths of HE double hockey sticks. Here are your seeds 5 through 8, Captain Hook, Mother Gothel, Queen of Hearts, and Syndrome from The Incredibles. Syndrome known as one of the best Pixar villains of all time, but many consider the Pixar conference to be far weaker. Your 9 through 15 seeds are Oogie Boogie, Ernesto de la Cruz, Hans, Yzma, King Candy, Randall, and Bellwether from Zootopia. Now out of this group, I gotta say Ernesto has a chance to make a run. No one really likes Hans. Bellwether, though, is a corrupt politician, so she should have no problems getting any votes. The 16 seed is Bambi's mom's murderer. That's right, they snuck into the tournament at the last second. Apparently the 16 seed was supposed to be Bowler Hat Guy, but Bambi's mom's murderer got upset and just straight up killed him too. So here are your matchups for the Mickey region. Syndrome against Oogie Boogie in the 8-9 should be a dandy. I expect none of the others to be close. All the favorites should win. I did have the opportunity to speak to Scar on the phone earlier to talk about the opponents that surround him in the bracket. That conversation is presented by Jake from State Farm. Scar, what do you think about the villains on your side of the bracket?
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Great, thanks. And that's going to do it for the bracket reveal show in 2023's Magic Final Four. Voting is now open and the link is in the description of this video. Here's one more look at the bracket. Feel free to write down all the matchups and fill out your own bracket to see how close you come to predicting the public's opinion correctly. Episodes will drop each and every Wednesday, so be sure to come back and join us next Wednesday to find out who's headed to the Sweet 16. It's Magic season, baby! I've been your host, Brian Perry. I'll see you in a week. Until then.
Bye-bye.